Hey, this is Val Selby, and after over 20 years online, I can track where my mindset has blocked me. If procrastination, imposter syndrome, and a lack of focus have been blocking your biz, then Val Full Volume is here to help you see choices you are making. Get ready to use your expertise to collaborate like a pro as you create the business of your dreams. Now is the time to make changes and live your best life. Let's get to it. Hello. Welcome over to the Bundle Bash area. So I think today it's just going to be a welcome kind of thing. I know this is a transition for some of you because you're coming over from my valselby.com site. So I wanted to go a little bit through the thought process of why I am moving over to here. First and foremost, I know I cannot be at multiple places. So if I'm not going to be growing valselby.com at this time, I'm fully in 100% at Bundle Bash. It made sense to come on over here. So I did talk with my podcast manager just a little bit, work it through. I mean, she's the expert. That's why you have experts in your life, ladies. That's why we have experts. Pull on their expertise, talk it out with them. Ultimately, it's always your decision in your business of what you want to do, but grab their expertise and talk it out. So I did do that on the bundle, Bundle Bash on the brain. I did do that about the podcast because I know I have to have a podcast. I know this. I know I'll go insane if I don't have a podcast. So then I was just like, okay, so do I do another new one? And that felt horrible. I really dislike. As soon as I was thinking, oh my God, I'm going to start a new podcast, I hated that idea. So then I'm like, can this move over? Can Val Full Volume move on over? And it's kind of like, well, why can't it? I've moved a podcast from one site to another previously. I know it's just a matter of tech in the back end. Has nothing to do with you. You will not miss anything. If you're a longtime subscriber, you won't notice. It'll still be in there. You won't notice the difference if you're going to Apple or Spotify or any of those. That's just going to be the same if you're listening from one of those. If you're going to the website, which is where I love for you to listen the most, then of course you're going to be on a new website. You'll be over at bundlebash.biz now, checking it out. But I was looking at it and I'm like, oh gosh, okay, so do I have to change the name? Do I have to do this? Really working it all in my head. And not in a negative way this time. And like I said, I immediately jumped out to Kim and said, okay, this is what's going on. What are your thoughts before I'm all up in my brain and just decide to jump and do things that I don't need to do? And so that was great to hash it out and realize that, of course, like usual, like we do, I was kind of looking at making things too difficult. Yes, Val Full Volume can move to all over the place. And honestly, the part that we were talking about the most was, okay, so is it going to change? Is it going to be a whole new podcast? And that's why you need to create a whole new podcast. And I was like, no, because even Val Full Volume is very much like Your Bold Life was. I am still on here talking to other business owners, highlighting them, gaining their expertise for me to learn and to bring to you for you to learn. That's what I do. That's what I do. So we don't need to change the name from Val Full Volume. We just need to change the branding a little bit. And that's what you'll see. The pages for you to come and join me on stuff. Those are, going to be all over here. Everything's just going to be over at Bundle Bash now. And it's going to be amazing to have everything in one spot. For those of you that might be new because you were a Bundle Basher before, I have always had multiple sites. Always. And I'm not saying I don't have multiple sites. I still do have multiple sites. I'm not working any other site but one. And it's not even scary. Like previously, when I was trying to go down to just one website, I'd be like, oh my God, but what if? I don't have that feeling right now. And I was talking to On the last podcast, I was talking about the clarity, and, I've been talking to my masterminds, and it has been a completely different feeling of having that clarity and knowing I'm all in on one business at this time. It's very, very different. Not feeling like I have to work on this and work on that and work on this and work on that on different websites. So going forward, here's what's going to happen with Full Volume. It's really not going to change. It's really not going to change. I've been about collaborations for a long time. So you're going to hear a lot more about collaborations now that, I'm hosting it over at Bundle Bash, and especially considering that's all I'm in on right now. I'm 100% on collaborations and how we can get more collaborations, collaborating with other experts, like I said, to bring you more information on things that I'm not an expert at. There's so many women and men that I know that are experts in every area. I know experts in every area of business. It's not bragging. It's fact. I do. I know multiple experts. So you can get different points of view on any different topic as well, because there's no one way to do anything. So I'm excited to bring you more of that. I'm excited to talk more about all of the collaborations. I'm really looking forward to still being able to just chat at you about all of the mindset, because mindset owns our business. It's still the biggest issue we have to deal with. You and me. It's something that's never going to go away. So we just always have to be aware. So we'll still be talking about that. So basically, no changes coming. No changes coming except for what website has the podcast sitting on it. Now, that said, I am really crazy excited about all of the things that are coming up. Let's see. It's June now. And so we're halfway through the year, and it's been going well, but it's about ready to really blow up. I just recorded this a week ago, and I spent the weekend doing a workshop while my husband was out of town. And I'm excited as I'm implementing and binge watching TV at the same time, implementing things for the Collaborate & Grow members and the Bundle Bashers, and not getting caught up in my head of, oh, okay, well, I need to create another thing. It's like, no, I don't. Let's just focus on that. Let's just keep it at what's going well and build on what is going well. Did you hear that? So how do you know what's going well? Are you tracking? Are you paying attention to your stats? Or do you do what I did so many years, and I just freaking wing it. And then I assume this is working, and I assume this is not working. And I had no idea. I had no idea what I needed to tweak anywhere on any project at any time, because I wasn't tracking anything. And I was like the anti-tracker. I was like a thing that I was just like, no, because then I'm just going to pay attention to numbers and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, that's not business. We do need to know our numbers. We do need to know where our return on investment is for the investment of our time, especially. So you need to know if you're working on a certain platform, Instagram or Pinterest or Twitter or Facebook, for example, you need to know, is that turning into anything? And if not, how can you change it? Or do you just need to dump it? And the only way you know that is by tracking your stats. So it's really important to track your stats, even if it's just the basics, so that you know what you are working on and how to build it. And I find it really easy for my coaching clients and I, if we're tracking our stats. Of course, there's going to be fails in there. Of course, there will always be fails. We are in business and we are changing things, and some things are never going to work. It's just the way it is. Some ideas blow up and do awesome. Other ones are like, wah, 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 nothing. But I want you to be able to figure out what the things are that are working so you can do more of that. And that's why I'm not totally feeling the need to add more. I'm really focusing on what's working right now and how can I blow that shit up. And that's exciting because there's lots that's working. And I guess that does help as well. If there's lots that working, well, I have so many choices to work on things that are working, and I only have so much time that there's no way in hell I have time to create something new. It does make it a lot easier, but I only know that because we're tracking stats, because I'm taking a look at the numbers and I'm paying attention. It's like, okay, now we're working on retention. How do I work on the retention? So there's lots going on. And there will continue to be lots going on. That's why I have a team here helping me, which is amazing to be at that point. It's amazing to be at that point for so many different reasons. I'm excited. I get to work on the creative stuff, or I don't have to work on the creative stuff if I don't feel like it. I have people I can call upon and say, okay, this month, can you do this? And they have the ability to tell me I can't, I don't want to, any of that. All right. So, like I said, Valful Volume's not going to change very much. Still going to be talking mindset, still definitely going to be doing more of collaboration conversations. It's just going to be in a different little location with some different little graphics. And I cannot wait to bring you all of the guests I've got coming up. I've got, I think I said last week, it's pretty amazing how all of a sudden there was a gap in all of my guests that had gotten on my calendar. I was like, it was like the universe knew or something, huh? Right? Obviously the universe did know, and that's why there's a gap. I have one person scheduled in the end of June or the end of May. Sorry, I'm already obviously into June in my brain. I have two. I just looked at my calendar. I have 2 people scheduled to record, but then 5 more guests to record in the beginning of June. And that'll be so much better because I'm already in mode of, okay, well, this is what the conversations are going to be like. This is where we're going to be leading to. I've got ideas flowing through my head of how I'm going to be picking everybody's brains for collaborations at the same time as I get up their expertise. So I'm going to bring you lots of different ideas from all of these different experts, and I can't wait to bring them. So if you are new to Valful Volume, hello. Thank you so much for listening in. I've been a year in now with Valful Volume, so it's just new over to this website. There'll be an episode every week for you here, all about business and mindset, and definitely more collaboration. So I will chat at you next week. And make sure you go and check those stats to figure out exactly what you're doing that's working, so you can do more of that. Focus on that positive. What is working? All right, next week. Later.